I'm 7. I'm a photographer. I like to say more of an artist from Philly. Born and raised in Philly. Grew up in North Philly. Like, as bad as you could think. Still in Philly, but in a better part of it. And I've been doing photography for almost 3 years now, full time. I knew like some things about lighting in high school, but yeah, I've been shooting for about 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years in November.
What first got you interested in your craft?
Okay, so basically I was in Jersey in high school from freshman year, playing football. By 11th grade year, I was doing good. I had to retire because of injuries, concussions, moved to Philly, went to Kappa, and basically I got into art school and I was doing like drumming. I was in the band class. Teacher was pretty biased towards the other drummers and stuff like that. So I didn't really get a chance. So I wanted to just saying, let me get out of this class. Wanted to go into photography because I was like, probably be cool. And I wanted to learn about lighting. Was not good at taking pictures. And I always knew like maybe one day like it would probably be cool. I didn't really have a direction where I wanted to go with like arts and stuff like that. But then, well, I would always take pictures and I was never like fully into it. But I was like, okay, like I'm starting to learn it a little bit. So I would say in high school, I started picking up where to start for photography. But I didn't fully get into it until about the time of the pandemic, I would say. Because I was in my job and I was in Metro, I was a manager. I was like, I'm miserable as hell here. I woke up one day and I was just like, fuck it, I know about lighting. So I'm gonna just try to learn how to take pictures. And ever since, I would say like November 2020, I just was like, I'm gonna just go for it. And it was hard, but I'm doing pretty good now. So basically, I shot with my friend Jenny. Her name on Instagram is Jenny the Jeweler, if y'all wanna check it out. And basically we shot just something random that we just both wanted to shoot because she wanted to get into modeling more. And I was like, I'm comfortable with this person, I can just shoot with them. So we shot and it wound up doing really good on social media. I would say I was still experimenting with lighting. I was doing continuous. As of right now, I'm just doing like strictly strobe. But it wound up doing really good. I would say my bigger one would be when I did like a collab with this model named Kitty. They're like an amazing model. They're like non-binary, one of the first like really big non-binary models. And shooting with them was amazing. My girl, if y'all know me or know my Instagram, you know my girl for sure. My girl was styling. My friend Journey Gabrielle, she was doing makeup, amazing, in Jersey, South Jersey. Yeah, it was really cool. It was the first time I worked with like a professional model. So it was definitely like, whoa, like I didn't have to say anything. So those are always the best. Yeah, first publication. First time really being exposed on Instagram to like, oh shit, like people hit me up like, oh shit, your stuff is amazing, stuff like that. That was really cool. So yeah, I would say those two things. I would say my shoot with Jenny, I shot it at Red Philly. It was probably what got me into like, oh shit, I can do this shit full time. And then the one with Kitty was more so like, oh, I could really do this full time. Like it could become a reality one day. So yeah, that's what I would say. The hardest thing is, I guess, me being my biggest critic. That's definitely the hardest thing. Like for me personally, I know at times like it was definitely like lighting for exactly what I want to go for because you don't always got the perfect place to test stuff out. Like I don't have my own studio and stuff like that. So like testing stuff out indoors and knowing exactly what I wanted to do. Like when I first started, that was definitely my problem. Now I just test stuff out in my living room. But I would definitely say me being my biggest critic because it's times where I'm like, everybody thinks something's so beautiful and I'm just like, this shit is trash. Cause I'm like, I could do way better than this. Like I didn't get my exact vision that I was going for, or I didn't really get the lighting perfectly, or maybe I didn't involve a hairstylist or a makeup artist. And I made them do their own makeup. Now I don't do that. Now I don't do that at all. But I know in the past that's what it was. I would still say today is me being my biggest critic though, for sure. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for that one because I know other photographers or artists in general would definitely relate to that. She's definitely one. She kind of pushed me. She really did push me. But I would say one of the people who was my ex-best friend, she's actually the one that was like, we met off of like some random stuff where, well, basically she wanted someone to do her album cover. And I had a friend that put me on. His name is Alik. And he's definitely one of them that pushed me. He pushed me to do that shoot with her. I shot with her and we became friends and basically she pushed me like, you should do this shit, like fuck your job, like all types of shit. And then that's when she came into the picture after about like, I would say like 3-4 months of me shooting. And then she was just like, I'm gonna be a stylist, I'm gonna help you, you ain't gotta worry about like styling ever again. And yeah, I guess it would be her and it would probably be my friend Alik, cause he was really just like he made the dream become a reality right away, where he was just like, don't doubt yourself, like you can do this shit. You already know what you're doing. People don't know about lighting, blah, 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 all that stuff. I'm just like, all right, bet. And I just started doing it. And I guess he was really the person that pushed me where it was just like, I didn't have nobody else telling me to do it except for him. Yeah, and obviously my mom. I mean, that's a given though. But yeah, like it was times where she was just like, just get a regular job for a little bit and support yourself. And I'm like, but I can't, like it hurts me to work a regular job because I'm just not happy. So she was just like supporting me. Her and my mom were just supporting me. Those would definitely be my biggest like influences in general because literally I had nothing and they were just like picking me up as I was just all fucked up. And yeah, I guess that's all I would say. Y'all know how much I appreciate y'all. So.
I know. And like it's helpful too that like y'all are together and y'all can like pour into each other and like it's a team. It's a team in more than one ways. I like it.
Yeah, she gets to I guess a way that helps both of us is she pushes me in terms of like editorial, like more of the sleek, like fashion type of work. And I push her more in terms of like the weird shit. We're from two different worlds where I don't present myself as the emo kid, but inside I'm emo as hell. And she's just like fashion girl. I'm a striker pose all the time. So yeah, I think we balance each other out really well.
Yeah, it's a good contrast.
Yeah, for sure. And then my mom is also like, she gives me more of the gritty stuff. Cause my mom's heavy, like, I'm North Philly, like, I'm in your face, I'm North Philly. So yeah, they give me a little bit of everything that I need. Like I got my grit, I got my emo, and I got my fashion. So yeah.
And professionalism too.
Yeah, y'all both helped me with professionalism for sure. Because at first I didn't know how to like approach a conversation. Like I just didn't even know how to be like, oh, how's your day? Like how's your day going? Because asking that to somebody instantly will brighten somebody's day usually. So just that alone just helps me converse, like just get into the rhythm of things.
Right.
So yeah.
What is your least favorite thing about being a creative, being an artist? It could be more than one.
Yeah, there's a few. I would say boring shoots. I hate when people come to me where they're like, somebody's just trying to get pictures out of me and I could just read it from the door. Where they're just like, they'll hit me up and be like, oh, I have this crazy concept. Oh my God, this crazy blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, cool, tell me about it. And then they tell me about it, right? Everything's cool. I'm like, that's dope as hell. This happened to me a few times. And I'll go to the shoot. I'm like, I'll book the space, I go to the shoot, and then their setup is completely different from what they told me. So like just leading me on, trying to get pictures out of me. That's one thing. Sometimes editing is just annoying because it's very tedious. So it really just depends on what I'm shooting. Like if it's personal work, of course I don't mind. But at the same time, it's like in my mind, I still want to give the paid work the same energy as I do in my personal work. Because I'm just like, I want to give everybody the same quality. I still want to give them top tier shit, the shit that they see on my page, and lesser stuff. And obviously, like, not obviously, but I would say to me, like, I had trouble with that at first because sometimes I would just wake up and just edit somebody's pictures and not really put thought into it. But now I think about it, and now I take my time and feel it. That's really what it is. I like to give the same amount of time that I do with my personal work, with like paid work. So I would say like editing. is kind of annoying. And then one more thing would probably be, I feel as though some people, like if you're inspired by somebody, you should say it. People copy each other, like not even just saying me, like just seeing it in general. Whereas like, even like, and one thing I do want to say is, if you're a smaller creative, just know them bigger creatives are watching. Because there's a lot of people that copy off of small creatives' work because they know they're gonna get attention and the others are gonna get shunned off of it. So I would say one thing I don't like is the fact that people will take and take and take but never give back. Like they don't have the balls to just tell somebody, oh, you inspired me by this. Like there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, you're helping somebody. Like I've been inspired by Zach. I've been inspired by Tina Backwoods. I've been inspired by Julia. I'm wearing her pants. I've been inspired by Yuri. I've been inspired by my girl. Like, and I tell all these people that I've been inspired by them. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of other names, but y'all should know who I'm inspired by. Like I always tell everybody, my biggest inspiration is Petra Collins. Love Petra Collins. Like everything, I own all her books. I study her work. Like that shit is amazing. I'm inspired by Tyler, just his aesthetic, not even just the music. I'm inspired by Eve Stewart. Like it's not a problem with saying that, you feel me? And I feel like a lot of people have pride when they say that. Like, yeah, you might be taking from somebody, but if you just give that credit, they're not gonna be bothered by it at the end of the day. Because nobody's doing anything original anymore. So there's no problem with actually telling people like, thank you for inspiring me with this. Like, just being polite. I know there was dog eat dog, but at the same time, it's like, we all creatives at the end of the day, you know what we go through. So yeah, I would just say not giving credit. I wouldn't say all of my stuff is inspired by something, because a lot of things, like as of recent, it's just like, as weird as this sounds, it'll be from a dream, or it'll be from like random daydreaming, or something I see on the street that I envision a different way, or just like what I interpret music off of. A lot of the stuff that I'm gonna be dropping is really just straight off of my mind. And it's like, a lot of the time people are making mood boards, and that's literally just inspiration inside of a document.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, like it's like, come on, like we're all focusing off of mood boards. If you make a whole mood board off of something and it has something of one of your peers or one of your, like somebody next door from you basically, I would say give them that credit because they deserve it. Like they're in your mood board, bro. Mm-hmm. Like they're the base of your concept. You should give them that credit. I mean, obviously, like you can't give credit to every single person every second of the day, but like if it's something big, you getting attention off of it. Like somebody deserves some type of credit. Like there's this photographer I follow. You know, I've been inspired by him for a while, Xavier Letters. Mm-hmm. He just did a video for someone, I think one of his friends or something like that. And he literally just said in the credits, inspired and like something else by Hype Williams. And I'm like, he big as shit. Right. He got like 40K. And he over here just like talking about, oh, credited, like his credit is Hype Williams. Like that's cool as shit. Like he's showing everybody himself. He's setting the example where it's like, you should be giving credit to people at the end of the day. Like everybody's inspired by somebody. Everybody. And it's not even like for somebody to toot their own horn. It's more so like for somebody to just feel good about themselves. Because a lot of creatives are depressed as fuck. Yeah, that's why everybody's art's so good. And that's why you usually see like when artists are happy as fuck, they don't put out good art anymore. Yeah, I feel as though like we should always give them credit. Especially like being in Philly, everybody should give credit to everybody. Because the art scene is tiny as fuck here.
It really
is. It's really tiny. And on top of that, it's like there's only a few standouts. Because a lot of the people that do stand out sometimes do weird shit. But the people that are holding shit down in Philly, they should give more credit to each other. Whether you're a creative director, whether you're a photographer, videographer, set designer, all that shit, like you should always give credit to your peers. Like make each other feel appreciated, because likes on Instagram always don't do enough. So yeah, that's all.
What's something that you would tell your younger self? Like just advice or just advice?
Say fuck football. I love football to death. I don't know, I was very angry playing football. That's why I played football. So I guess it made me more angry in a way too, like just continuously playing it. So I would say like it just depends on the sport and stuff like that. Like I'm not telling anybody to just stop playing your sport, obviously, but I would say have a backup plan all the time, because I didn't really have a backup plan because I was so invested. I know that's cliche as hell, but it's also like it's true, because I had football. And as soon as I lost it, I didn't have anything else that I wanted to do. Like I was just out here living my life, like, just being alive. That was like my purpose of living. So I would say it taught me to have a backup plan. on your backup plan. Like have an A, B, and C. It taught me to be like very observant though. I will say that. I look at stuff really weird. I see everything, like everything all the time. I'm very cautious of stuff because of like football, because your field like view is like, I don't know, having a helmet on, you see straight forward, but you don't like, people talk about blind sides, but when you're playing football, those blind sides, even though you can't see them, they're not, because you can hear them or you can feel them and shit like that. And I feel like it taught me some good stuff with that, like paying attention to everything. And I guess that could go into my photography as well, because I pay attention to a lot of like little stuff. I can't catch everything, because it's just impossible. I'll be so invested in the shoot too. That's why you're my second set of eyes. But yeah, I would say it taught me some discipline. It taught me how angry I was and to be less angry. It taught me to pay attention to my surroundings a little more in every situation. And it taught me to have a backup plan. So yeah, those things.
You could say it taught you like about teamwork, because
that's
you're
true.
Very much into like
I'm into teamwork. I'm into having a team. I'm into teamwork. Like, I mean, that's why I even mentioned the credit thing, because I feel like Philly should just be a team in general. It's definitely a teamwork thing. Like literally, like I'm a gamer and I play games that are teamwork based. Literally, like that's what I do. Since day one of my photography stuff, I always try to involve a team. So yeah, that's a good one that you give me. Teamwork for sure.
All right, it's gonna be this one.
I knew it was gonna be that one. I wrote like a whole explanation of every shoot at the art show, but I didn't put it on Instagram or nothing like that. I wanted to make it very exclusive, where it's like you're not gonna be able to see like how my thought process until you see it in person.
Right.
So that one is my sleep paralysis demon, and it's what it's titled. When I was a kid, I used to have like I still to this day have sleep problems. She can attest to it. I sleep like 4 hours a day. And yeah, I had a sleep paralysis demon that I wanted to become friends with. Yeah, because people would be like freaking the fuck out over that stuff, and they can't breathe when they sleep, or they just be stuck. And I just learned to just sit there and be okay with it. Because it's like, what else am I gonna do? I can't just get the fuck up and fight it. So yeah, that was my sleep paralysis demon. And if you scroll through, she's kind of taking the veil off and stuff. The little girl in the picture is my little sister. Yeah, it meant a lot to me. So the picture is literally what I used to see. And my little sister is a representation of me, because she literally acts just like me. She's like one of my biggest fans, right? Mm-hmm. She's like my little twin. But yeah, it's just like a personal thing where it's like something that I dealt with when I was younger, and I wanted to just show it because it's always like processing in my mind. That's why the art show was named Scattered Thoughts, because it's always in my thoughts. And her unveiling it and stuff like that in the photos is me just becoming friends with it and being okay with it. Like not being scared of it. It's kind of just like symbolism for anybody. Like you just not be afraid of what you're afraid of. Right. Like make it your friend. Look at it the bright way. Like look at the bright side of it. Whatever you're afraid of, you can conquer. And that's why you usually see like when artists are happy as fuck, they don't put out good art anymore. As weird as it sounds, you know what I'm talking about too.
Why are you happy? Why are you happy?
Yeah. just break up with this person. Say no.